No.
Hey, I'm Jamie. What's going on?
I'm Timmy, what's up?
We're interviewing my grandpa. His name is Donald Dillon. Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is, I'm your grandpa,
Yep.
Don Dillon. And aside from this being 80 years old and going through many, many years of thrills and chills, the most thrilling experience I've ever had is that in 1954, when I was assigned to a little island in the South Pacific called Eniwetok, located in the Marshall Islands. It was a highly restricted place, and when I arrived in Eniwetok in 1954, we were told that we were going to witness an atom bomb blast. We were all lined up on the athletic field about 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black outside, and we were each given a rope, about a 20-foot rope, which we had to tie around our waist, and we had to tie it to a main rope or chain that was drilled into the coral on the island. We found out why in just a few minutes. After we were secured, the countdown began. We were told that at approximately 1:30 in the morning, we would be witnessing an atomic bomb blast. I might add that the bomb blast, in terms of the strength, was approximately twice as powerful as the one dropped on Hiroshima in the Second World War. At about 1:30, the countdown began. We were told to turn our backs to the direction that the blast was going to go off. And at approximately 1:35, the countdown reached 0. Immediately, we heard no sound. Immediately, the horizon became white, the whitest white I have ever seen in my life. From horizon to horizon, north, south, east, and west, it was white, completely white. After a few seconds, we then heard a low rumble. Not a loud rumble, a low rumble that got louder and louder. And then we were allowed, after approximately 30 seconds, to turn around. We had dark glasses on. We then could turn around and look. And as we looked at the point of the blast, and I said earlier it was the whitest white I've ever seen in my life, it was then that the low rumble became louder and louder, and in approximately 10-15 seconds, the wind hit us. We were told that the blast was approximately 15 miles away, and the blast hit us within at least 25 or 30 seconds. And the wind was going approximately 150 to 200 miles an hour. And it was a very hot air that hit us. Very hot and very strong. One Jeep had been turned over, we found that out. And that's why we next determined that we were tied to the island for one reason. The island was only 3 feet above sea level at its highest point. We would have been blown off the island with a mushroom-type red or pink cloud with several circles above it. Explore these islands. One was, we went to an island that had been heavily fortified with Japanese troops, and as we went ashore, we came across a Japanese bunker, and laying in front of the bunker with a skeleton of a Japanese soldier with a Japanese helmet on with a bullet hole right through the front of the helmet. He was now a skeleton. All the garb had been eaten away by rodents. His rifle was laying in front of him. The butt of the rifle had been eaten away by rodents as well. We could not touch that Japanese skeleton or the rifle because it's a national shrine now. And we had to sign papers so we would leave everything as we saw them. But that was a sight that I will never forget. And one other time, as Glenn and I were out skin diving, they dropped us off about 3 miles from shore. The water in the Pacific, you have to understand, is very warm, and it's very wavy. And I, unfortunately, went to sleep. Yes, I did. I was on my back, and it just rocked me to sleep. I woke up with a start, and I had been drifted out to about 2.5 miles from shore, and I realized what had happened, and so I began then to swim back to shore. You can understand I had a 30-foot rope attached to my waist, which was attached to a big B-52 inner tube built with a platform that we threw all of our shells in. So I had that dragging behind me, and I was swimming to shore with that, pulling that inner tube. Unfortunately, I looked down, and I was in about 300 feet of water, very clear. You could see the bottom. And I saw a black shark beneath me, and it was a blue shark, I should say, which are rather docile, but I didn't know that at the time. And he came up behind me and surfaced, and I was going to be discharged from the island a week late after this, and I thought, oh my goodness, I will never make it home. The shark came up behind me, and I kicked him in the head. One fin went in his mouth, my other fin hit him in the head. He bit the fin off my left foot right down to the toes. Hard rubber, I don't know how, it's like a tire rubber. And he just completely bit the fin right off my foot. And he then swam by me, very rough skin, and he kept on going out to sea. Thank goodness for that.